Hello, and welcome to Connecting You to You Radio, where we tune in to receive the messages of health and well being that are being broadcast from the soul. I'm your host, Lisa Warner, author of The Simplicity of Self-Healing. I show you how to heal your body naturally by combining your body's innate intelligence with the wisdom of your own soul, so that you can break through the mental programming of limiting beliefs that cause disease and make healing your body and changing your life simple. Hello and welcome. Welcome to another Lunch with Lisa. I am Lisa Warner. I am the author of The Simplicity of Self-Healing. It's a book that I wrote after I healed myself from cancer without using the medical model, no doctors, no pills, not even any special diets, just simply shifting my awareness and utilizing my own internal power. And if I can do that, you can do that too. So today, let's talk about disease. Are we the creators of it, or are we the victims of it? It's one or the other. So let's take a look at this. We've all heard that we're creators of our own reality, but especially for me, when I found that uh, I was facing cancer, it was like, oh my God, I didn't create that. But then I thought, wait a second, I'm the creator of my reality. Like I I don't know how I created this, but I created this. It was the first thing I did was take responsibility for my creation. I didn't understand how I had gotten into that particular uh, pickle, but I had gotten myself there. And I knew that if I had gotten myself there, I could also get myself out again. And I did. And if you're in the same pickle, you can get yourself out as well. But it requires a shift of perspective. It requires a willingness to take responsibility and start to untangle all of the tangled up pieces. Because at the time I found myself in that pickle, facing cancer, my life was really not the way I wanted my life to be. I was struggling with money. I was struggling with right livelihood. I wasn't sure what it was that I was supposed to be doing on this planet, what kind of, job I was supposed to have. I did many things, and I was a professional figure skater for a long time, teaching skating, being the skating director, creating programs for skaters, you know, all different schools for skaters, and I did that for a long time. But I knew that wasn't my forever job. And when I stopped doing that, I didn't know what else I was supposed to do. So I was struggling with my life. And there were a lot of things from the past that I was carrying with me, a lot of emotional upsets that I hadn't actually learned how to let go of. So I was struggling mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. I was feeling unfulfilled. It's like I knew that my soul had come here to live, but I really wasn't living. I was just struggling. So it was easy to think, oh my gosh, I'm a victim of this disease. But right away, I knew that was just going to put me in a position of being powerless, because that's the nature of being a victim, is that we're powerless. As a creator, we're powerful, not powerless. So, by taking responsibility for my creation, I started to put myself back in the driver's seat. I started to stand more in my own power, realizing that I could become more responsible for my creations. If I had created cancer, I had created it out of my unawareness. It was like a sloppy creation. I knew that I needed to step up my game as a creator. I knew I needed to learn how to be a much more masterful creator. I knew I needed to learn how to create health. If I had created disease, well, I could just as easily create health if I understood how the creation was actually happening. So my entire approach to healing was learning, how did I create this? And how can I be a much better creator so that I can actually create the things that I desire rather than the stuff that I don't? So when I found myself facing cancer, it suddenly occurred to me that I didn't want that to be part of my life in any way, shape, or form. I did not have any interest in telling that story. That was not the story that I came here to tell. So I decided that I was going to learn how to tell a far better story. And one of the first things I realized was that if I don't want to tell the story of cancer, then I have to start disengaging with that story. I can't keep looking at my body going, oh my God, I have cancer, and think I'm not going to keep creating more cancer, right? I had to change the story. And this doesn't in any way, shape, or form mean go into denial, right? That's not going to help anything. Never has, never will. So just going, oh, everything is fine, right? No, everything was not fine, but everything was in my command. Everything is energy. My physical body is my energy in physical form. My body was taking the form of my energy, my thoughts, my feelings, my emotions, my thought patterns, the sentences that I was thinking in my head, right? Sentences. Who serves a sentence? What are the sentences running through your head that are imprisoning you? This whole reality is set up in sentences. Sentences are said, are read, are thrown around all over the place. And the ones that we make personal become our personal sentences. So you can speak sentences of victimhood and you can become the prisoner of your own sentences, of your own story, the story that you are telling. Are you telling a story? I have fill in the blank. Cancer, diabetes, chronic this or that, anxiety, Well, as long as you keep saying that sentence, you are sentencing yourself to that thing. There's absolutely no need for this. We are creators. And the words that we speak are words that come out of the ethers, they come out of our imagination, our mind, and we speak them into existence. When we're speaking less of ourselves, I'm not okay, I'm not good enough, I don't know how to make money, I don't know where I fit in, I feel lost, I feel isolated, I feel afraid, I'm worried. And so it is. I have anxiety, and so it is. There's something wrong with me, and so it is. We've never been taught to speak well of ourselves because anytime we've ever spoken well of ourselves, oh, you're just bragging, right? We don't want to be braggers. We don't want to be narcissistic and like looking in the mirror going, oh, I'm beautiful. That would be awful. We've been taught to speak poorly of ourselves. We've been taught to allow others to speak sentences for us. You're not okay. It's your fault. Those people over there, they're the bad guys. We're not victims. We simply perceive ourselves to be. And when we feel like victims, we become victims. And there's absolutely no reason for this. We are grand beings of light. We are souls, incarnate in physical vessels. We are not the physical vessel. We are the soul. We are grand beings who have been tricked into believing that we're these physical vessels. And we've been tricked into believing that these physical vessels need to look a specific way. You need to have these particular features or this particular skin color or this particular hair color. Your eyelashes need to be this long. Your lips need to be this big. Like whatever it is that we have been taught. If you're a woman, your breasts need to be ginormous, right? Your stomach has to be totally flat like a teenager. These are all sentences telling us that we're not okay, that there's something wrong with us, that we're not pretty enough. We're not, we're not, we're not, we're not, we're not. The words we speak, how we feel about ourselves, is reflected in our physical bodies. We are not victims unless we allow ourselves to be. We are creators. We can create anything we choose, including health, including happiness, including fulfillment. But we have to step away from the artificial matrix society of rules, the society of sentences. You have to pay your taxes, you have to do this, you got to follow the rules, you got to do. Those are sentences that keep us in our own prison of beliefs. There's no need to live in a prison of beliefs. When we can set ourselves free There's an entire multiverse of opportunities available to us. All energies are available, all options are available. And when we learn how to, excuse me, become more masterful with speaking our sentences and choosing the energies that we allow in our reality, and choosing what it is we would actually like to create, rather than focusing on what we want to avoid. What we try to avoid, bam, we're going to run straight into it. We cannot live our lives trying to avoid something and actually just live happy, healthy lives. There's nothing that we need to avoid. If we are a creator, we can simply create what we desire. We don't have to avoid this thing over there on the buffet table of life. If you go to the buffet at a restaurant and you don't like beets, but there are beets available as an option, you don't have to freak out because there are beets there. You can simply not choose them. No trauma, no drama, no freak out, right? No big deal. You just simply choose the items that you would like. But in life, we're taught that if there are options that we don't like, that it's a big deal. By trying to avoid things like cancer, and we keep going to the doctor to look for these things that we're trying to avoid, bam, we're creating these things because that's where our focus is. It's a very, very big business tricking us into believing that we are not creators, that we are victims. Here, let us help you. Let's help you to prevent you from being a victim. Let's do preventative measures. Well, you're engaging in that very reality that you don't want. It's just how it is. Think about this. Go back a minute here. Listen to that again. By trying to prevent something, going to the doctor for preventive measures, you're engaging with the very thing that you don't want. You're looking for the thing that you don't want. What you seek, ye shall find. Create. Instead of trying to avoid cancer, create health instead. You literally are that powerful. We are all that powerful. We are all souls, eternal beings, creator beings. We're being taught to create the very things that we don't want. It's time for all of us to take a step back and look. Look inside for the power that we actually possess. Our bodies are designed to heal themselves, but they can't do that if we're not aware of that option that's built right in, right? If you don't know how to regulate the temperature in your car, If your car internal temperature is set at 75 degrees, then you're just going to keep driving around at the exact same temperature all the time. Maybe some days you'd like it a little cooler. Maybe some days you'd like it a little warmer. If you don't know how to operate the control panel of your vehicle, then you're kind of stuck. It's the same thing if you don't know how to operate your own control panel. Then you're just stuck with the reality that shows up. And you're not a victim of your own creations. You are the creator. So I'm here to encourage you that you can create far better for yourself. If you've created it, you can uncreate it. You can create something different. But it's up to you. Nobody else can create for you. Your healing is up to you. All healing is self-healing. And it's not about healing your body, it's about healing yourself. So you can heal your life. You can heal your health. You can heal your wealth. You can heal any aspect that is out of alignment, that's not to your liking. You can change that, but not if you're the victim of it. Victims are not creators, and creators are not victims. Which do you choose? If you would like some assistance moving from victim to creator and learning how to actually create the health, the wealth, the life that you desire, please reach out. On my journey from cancer back to health, all the different aspects of my life up-leveled. So now life is healthy, wealthy, wise, and happy, rather than being the victim that I thought I was. And if I can do it, you can do it too. So till next time, if you need assistance, please reach out. You can find me at connectingyoutoyou.com. I'm taking some new mentorship clients. If you would like to be mentored on your path back to health, please reach out. Thanks so much for watching. Till next week, create for yourselves a great week because you can. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Connecting You to You Radio. If you've enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and share it with your friends. Are you ready to discover more about how simple healing your body can actually be when you do it from the higher wisdom of your soul? To learn more about what I do and how you can work with me, visit connectingyoutoyou.com and get on my mailing list to be the first to know about my latest offerings. If you'd like to interact with me on Facebook, please join my group, Soul Sourced Healing. Check the show notes below for these links and more. I hope to see you again next time on Connecting You to You Radio.